and you haven't already handed it to a volunteer, you can do that now. Anybody? Does anybody question papers? Is that one? Not sure. Well, I have plenty.
Sure.
I wanted to ask, so you said that the presentation kind of breaks language barriers.
Mhm.
So can somebody come and do a presentation entirely in Korean?
They can, yeah,
They can?
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I had mentioned, in Tokyo they have presentations that are completely in Japanese and
Mm-hmm.
English speakers who will sit there and watch. Because there's 20 slides,
Mm-hmm.
it sort of fills in what they're trying to say, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, there is a language barrier, but as long as you have visual aids,
Mhm.
it doesn't really affect you too much.
Uh-huh. So you think it's something special about the format itself that is able to connect people across different cultures? And
Yeah,
languages?
it's very simple.
Mhm.
And like I said, visual aids really help a lot. I know a lot of teachers that like using visual aids. It sort of just goes back to education and using different forms of education to get messages across.
Right. Do you have to be an expert in something if you want to present on it?
No. You don't need to be an expert on anything. I mean, like I had shown my friend who just showed his desktop pictures. You know, you could talk about whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You could talk about clocks. There was a presentation on chairs. That was no, seriously, there was one on just chairs, like folding chairs. There was love seats, couches, sofas, deco chairs, all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. Well, it kind of leads into my next question, actually.
Is it about chairs?
Well, it's about, in a sense, just seeing the different kind of topics, like the wallpaper one and stuff like that. And they're called volumes, I noticed you said.
Mhm.
The nights are called volumes, and it made me think that it kind of seems like it's presented as a complete thing, right? Not just the presentation each one, but as like a set of the night.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose?
They want a minimum of 8 speakers a night, 8
Mhm.
presenters. So you could have more, definitely, but I think once you get the 8, it comprises the entire volume.
Mhm.
So that's how they go about Pecha Kucha Night.
Uh-huh.
They just go by Pecha Kucha Night Volume 1
Uh-huh.
all the way to however much. I think Tokyo's like up to in the hundreds now.
Wow. And do they go on the internet after to be archived?
They do, yeah, they do. So each one has to be recorded, audio and video,
Mm-hmm.
and the slides. I think what they do on the Pecha Kucha website is they just take the audio and play it over the slides.
Uh-huh.
So you don't really see a video of somebody speaking, you just
So
get
it's recorded.
straight up the slides, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you. Some questions from the audience are coming in. Will, at the event in February, on the 13th, you said?
Yes.
Will there be snacks and drinks provided? Can we bring our own?
You can bring your own, definitely
To
you
share?
can. Yeah, when I signed
Part of the
the
presentation?
handshake agreement, there has to be a designated beer break.
Really?
Yes, there's a beer break.
Wow.
So I guess after the first 4, you get a beer break in the next 4.
Mm-hmm.
When I was living in Fresno, I did a Pecha Kucha night there. In order to get back in the swing of things, they did a crowd participation Pecha Kucha, where they had 20 slides for 20 seconds, but now each one was random. Each picture was random, so you had to speak about something you didn't know was coming up, which was a lot of fun. That was really cool. So yeah, beer break. There will be beer.
Cool, great. An incentive. A few people would like to know about perhaps the most interesting or most affecting or best Pecha Kucha presentation you've ever seen. Something that really stands out to you, perhaps?
I think that's different for a lot of people. Some people love to be educated. Some people like more of a emotional kind of thing. So it depends on what you're looking for. The silly ones are pretty funny too. I like those ones too. But I think I lean more towards an emotional kind of Pecha Kucha, like my friend who did the music one.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty gut-wrenching stuff, but entertaining nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. Has there ever been a bad one, or is there a worse one you can think of that you, maybe in an amusing way, that you would like to share?
Bad ones?
Maybe traveling over into so bad it's good, or.
No, I mean, sometimes you get some boring ones, but thankfully it's going to be over in the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds. So that you don't have to worry about, it's going to be 20 minutes worth of talking. No, it's just 6 minutes.
Right. That's another plus.
Yeah. If you want to talk about where you come from, that's fine too. I had a friend who's really all about Ohio. She's from Ohio, lived in California, and wouldn't stop talking about Ohio. So she just did this presentation on Ohio, and that was really interesting to find out that Akron, Ohio, is the rubber capital of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Huh. Fun learning and entertaining. How is the project supported financially? Are there finances involved in it, or is it just something that happens?
Yeah. So Astrid and Mark started this with their architectural money,
Mm-hmm.
and they would fund this on their own. If you do host, you have to give some money to them, based off however you want. So if you want to do a cover charge at the door, you could do that, or if you want to, I think it's like take $1 off for every beer, and that goes to the back to Mark and Astrid. You could do that, or if you want to get sponsors, you know, in Fresno they were sponsored by some architectural firm and Heineken,
Mm-hmm.
so they got some money right there to send up.
Cool. And what does it take for a city to become a Pecha Kucha host? How did you go through the process of getting Gwangju to be a host?
Well, first I had to email them. I mentioned how I'd be interested in getting a Pecha Kucha night out here. They asked, why? And I said, because there's a huge variety of people here. You have expats coming in and out all the time. You got a huge variety of Korean people who have interests, huge interests, from, you know, dancing to culture to theater to architecture. You know, it's and Gwangju as a city, it's not too small,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can't do one, but it's not too big that you're going to be, you know, missing a Pecha Kucha. So it was a long process of back and forth emails and you know, signing things and sending it off to them. And
Mm-hmm.
finally, we got it.
Moved out in November.
Now we're on the website.
Yeah.
If you go to pechakucha.org, you can see the city name of Gwangju listed there.
Cool. So then, moving into, I guess, Gwangju, do you have ideas for theme nights for the next 4 Pecha Kucha nights here?
Do I have no, not particularly.
Planned?
The first one I wanted to do was like something akin to, you know, an idiot living abroad or something like that. You know, and have expats come up and talk about their experiences of living abroad, and, you know, missteps they've taken and how they've accomplished that.
Mm-hmm.
Others are simpler, much simpler, like the idea of color or things like that.
Right.
You know.
And more. So will you be doing a presentation in February?
In February, yes.
Can we know what it is, or is that spoilers?
The spoiler is I have not done it yet. Still thinking about it.
Okay.
It's coming close. I'm finalizing my idea. I've got about 3 ideas for what I want to do. So it's coming.
Great. Well, we'll all be looking forward to it.
Okay, thank
I'll be
you.
there myself. Thank
Hopefully.
you one more time for your talk.